Hey, what is up, guys? Sin Priest here from Team Sinister, and today I'm bringing you guys my Stamina Templar build for PvP. So, let's go into our attribute points, putting 62 points into Stamina. We are a vampire, stage 4 vampire. The boon is the warrior for the increased weapon damage. We are running tri-stat drinks, increasing recovery for all resources. So, with that being said, our max magicka is at 8k, max health 18k, max stamina 20k, stamina recovery at 2152. Now weapon damage unbuff 2623. Spell and physical resistance enough to not be one shot, 17k spell resist and 12k physical resist, unbuffed. Go into our skills. For our two-handed bar, we are a two-handed bow. So our first ability is Executioner. Now this is our execute. We rarely use this because of the biting jab spam. They usually die before getting to execute range, but nevertheless, if you have time to throw this into a combo, use it. The sole reason why we have it is because while slotted, two-handed abilities deal 18% extra damage to low health targets, and that includes our gap closer, which is critical rush. So our X ability is Executioner, a variable. You can switch it out for Wrecking Blow. In the Imperial City, Wrecking Blow will hit a lot harder, so when that drops, I do recommend switching to Wrecking Blow. You can use Wrecking Blow now if that's how you feel. So, Y ability is biting jabs. This is our spammable DPS. This is our main DPS, and this is the one that will. This is the bread and butter of the build. So, biting jabs does 788 physical damage with each strike. So it hits 4 times. So 788 times 4, and deals 140% additional damage to the nearest target, and a target next to you is knocked back. So, great ability, great single target ability. It does an area effect, so it's kind of like a cone, so the people in front of you will get hit. It is a target area, challenge time 1.1 seconds, so great DPS, very great ability. Now, this is spammable, so usually they die before. If you're spamming this, they usually die before you even get to think about using Executioner, so I do recommend Wrecking Blow, but I do have Executioner on for this build. B, critical rush is a gap closer. Always lands a critical hit, very strong. Deals up to 68% bonus damage. Templars do have a class skill gap closer, but it doesn't have a stamina morph, so we don't use it. If you were a Magicka Templar, or if I was Magicka, or if I was running dual wield, I would use that as my gap closer. But crit rush is the gap closer we have here. Always lands a crit, does 68 bonus damage based on distance traveled. So the combos that we do land in this build do give us enough distance between us and our target to do up to 68% bonus damage. LB is our Repentance for a 10% recovery on all resources, and it's a great heal. So you do activate this, and you do restore health and stamina based on the bodies around you. So that is a good heal, but mainly we have it on for the 10% increase recovery on our resources. RB is our Rally. This is our main heal for this build. It's a decent size healed. Because we don't have Vigor, we should be able to have Vigor in the next patch. I think I have enough alliance points to be having Vigor. So when Vigor does come out, you will be seeing a lot of changes. Maybe replace Repentance for Vigor, maybe, but Rally is a heal until then. Great heal, and it does grant you major brutality for the extra weapon damage, 20%. Our ultimate for this bar is the Flawless Dawnbreaker. Decent execute, great against vampires or werewolves, but the main reason we have it on is for the weapon damage. While slotted, increase your weapon damage by 8%. That's the main reason we have it on this bar. Now for our back bar, we have Bow. Our first ability is Binding Javelin. it's this is the main. This is one of the first things we do in our combos. It does knock back the enemy 5 meters, so it creates that distance for that crit rush. You know, so range at 20 meters. If you do hit this at max range, you will knock him back 25 meters away from you. So, and crit rush max range is 22 meters. So this does give you an extra amount of distance for that crit rush to hit up to 68%. Poison ejection is our dot. It's a great execute. Deals increased damage if they're under 50% health. Now we do initiate all our fights with poison injection. So you want to put a dot on your enemy and then start the combos by creating a gap, crit rush, and then biting jab spam. If you want, execute them, or you can wreck and blow them. Your choice. Our B ability is Elusive Mist. We are stage 4 vampire for the reduced cost of abilities. But the main reason we are a vampire is because we are a Templar. Templars and Dragon Knights lack an escape. Nightblades have cloak. Sorks have streaks. We have nothing. So we are a vampire. You get 10% recovery if you max out the passes for vampire. I get 10% recovery in all resources. And you do get Elusive Mist, a great ability, a great escape. Reduce damage dealt to you by 75%, so it's good to kite around objects, get your composure, and then continue on your combos. LB, another variable on this bar, caltrops. So LB right now I'm running caltrops. I'm running caltrops because a lot of Nightblades that I come across in the open world do use cloak. So this is what I use to find them. Or I usually put caltrops at my feet, and when they ambush and try to cloak away, they won't be able to cloak away because of the caltrops. Now, you have to be quick when fighting Nightblades. You have to be able to kill them before they go into another cloak. Or if you do have pots, detection pots, you could use those to find those Nightblades. But caltrops, if you don't feel like using caltrops, you could replace it with immovable. Immovable is good because you are immune to CC. It gives you major resolve and major ward, increasing your armor rating and your spell resistance by 5k for 13.5 seconds. A great duration to have this up. And with this build, you're really squishy, so having immovable is not a bad option. You're immune to CC for 5 seconds. It's great because since you're squishy, you don't want to be CC'd a lot, and immovable is a great answer to that. If you don't want to run immovable, or if you don't like it, you can run channel focus. Channel focus does give you the same as immovable, major resolve, major ward, increasing resistance by 5k. But difference is this grants you magicka recovery. You recover magicka, 120 magicka, while in the vicinity of the rune. So when you run Elusive Mist, you can't you don't get heals in Elusive Mist, and you don't recover magicka. So channel focus does give you back magicka when in Elusive Mist, so that's a great combo to have focus down and then Elusive Mist. So if you don't want to run immovable, if you don't have caltrops, channel focus is a great option. So our RB, Purifying Ritual. Every Templar, stamina or magicka should have Purifying Ritual. No matter which bar, I don't care which bar you put it on, every Templar should have this ability. Great ability, removes up to 5 harmful effects, and there's rarely any chance that someone's gonna put more than 5 effects on. Usually, the only effects I ever get on me are marks by Nightblades, marks, or the focused aim, that little white silhouette that's over your head. So this is great. If you're vampire, if someone hits you and you're on fire, pop this. If someone's using Cold Harbor Ballista, use this. Someone's hitting you with any fire ballista or trebuchet, use this. Great ability to have. Every Templar should have it. Our ultimate for this bar is Clouding Swarm because it's a strong AoE. If you're fighting a Nightblade, this is good. If you knock them down, pop Clouding Swarm, get up close. They won't be able to pop Cloak no more because AoEs pull Nightblades out of stealth. So Clouding Swarm does grant you invisibility, and while you are invisible, you can still continue to do damage. So imagine someone coming up to you, knocking you down with Binding Javelin. They gap close with Crit Rush, come back, pop Clouding Swarm, and start biting jabs. You won't see them. You just see a bunch of bats flying around you, and you're getting stabbed by some invisible character. And while you're invisible, you're biting jabs. It's just OP. It's great. It's great to use. It's fun to use. Or if you have Wrecking Blow, you can pop Clouding Swarm and then start Wrecking Blowing the people. They won't see you because you're invisible. It's funny to use, and it's great to use. So, passives. You want all the passives. Aedric Spear. I think that's all. Yeah, that is all the skills for passives. All passives, and Aedric Spear. For Dawn's Wrath, the only passive you want is the last one. Reduce Magicka, Stamina, and Ultimate Ability cost by 2%. I don't have it maxed out. I wish I did, but I'm a Stamina build, so I don't really, I can't really upgrade these abilities. But if you're playing early game, you want to upgrade these abilities so you can get level 50 Dawn's Wrath for the Restoring Spirit. You want to max that out. Restoring Light, we have all passives. Two-handed, all passives. Bow, all passives. The medium, all passives. Heavy armor, you want all the passives, but you don't want bracing. Bracing is only 5 pieces of heavy or more. So if you pump points into that, you won't really get anything out of it because you're not wearing 5 heavy. Leisureman, put points into improved hiding. Soul Magic, Vampire. Clouding Swarm, Elusive Mist, you want to put 2 points. Supernatural Recovery, 2 points into Undeath, Unnatural Resistance, and Dark Stalker. Fighter's Guild, Flawless Dawnbreaker, 3 points Slayer, 3 points Banish the Wicked, and Skill Tracker. This is for the werewolves. If someone morphs into a werewolf, just Dawnbreaker their forehead in. Easy. Mage's Guild, nothing. Undaunted. Now, I forgot to mention this, but you can run Bone Shield in place of Channel Focus because this will give you a decent sized damage shield. Templars don't really have a good or have a stamina Templar shield, but you can use Bone Shield if you want. Caltrops, you want to put points into this if you want. You could put points into Reach if you plan on standing near a castle using your bow. Nothing to support. Max out the Wood Elves. So those are it. Those are the passives you want to have. I think that's it. Champion points. Let's see. 20 points to the tower, 20 into Warlord for reduced stamina cost, 20 to Mooncalf for stamina recovery, 10 into Tumbling. Gonna pump more points into this for Imperial City. Reduce the stamina cost of Roll Dodge and Break Free by 4.2%. Let's see. Nothing to the Apprentice. 10 into Blade Expert, 2 into Heavy Weapon Expert, 10 into Precise Strikes. Piercing is broken, is bugged still. They will fix it in Imperial City. So right now we're putting 1 point into Piercing, 27 points into Mighty, giving 10% increased physical damage. Now you won't see this damage on your tooltips, but just know it's there. 10 points to Medium Armor Focused, 5 points into Spell Shield, 5 into Resistant, 3 into Hardy. Gonna put more points into it so people don't downbreak you to crap. Elemental Defender, because we are Vampire, so 27 points. I do not recommend any more points than 27. 27's a good amount. The next patch, Vampires will get buffed from 40% weapon damage to 25%. My bad. 40% fire damage to 25%. So 25% fire damage is not that bad, especially if you pump 10% into Elemental Defender. So that's all for champion points, and that completes my build video. Once again, the boon is the warrior. So this is what our stats look like unbuffed. Oh, my bad. I forgot to give you guys the armor. So we're running 4-piece Hunting's Rage on the body. Our 5th piece of Hunting's Rage is the maul and the bow. 4-piece on the body, Hunting's Rage. 3-piece, 2-piece air. So we have 2 air, 1-piece Morag Tong. So 2 Morag Tong, the jewelry, and the feet are Morag Tong for that weapon damage. And we have 2 Shadow Walker rings for the extra weapon damage. Now you can replace the Morag Tong with the air and Shadow Walker. So you can run 3 Shadow Walker jewelry, 3 air on the body for Hunting's Rage, and the 5th pieces for Hunting's Rage would be the maul and the bow. I am running one heavy, my heavy chest Nirnhone, and when they fix Nirnhone, I will be running Divines. No, I will be running Infused on the chest, head, and legs. But until that, I am running Nirnhone. So I'm running 5-piece Hunting's Rage, 3-piece Air, 3-piece Shadow Walker. If you want extra weapon damage, you can replace one of the Shadow Walker jewelry with Morak Tong, one of the air pieces with Morak Tong. This will give you extra weapon damage. Now, unbuffed, we're sitting at 2600 weapon damage. Buff up real quick, 3039. So great amount of weapon damage if you put on Morak Tong. And you still have stamina recovery, still 2152, max stamina 20k. It's not that bad. It's great. So Morak Tong is an option, or you can go Shadow Walker. If you want to go Boots of the Air, Shadow Walker. Our stats will be sitting at 2794 buffed weapon damage, 2200 stamina recovery, 21k max stamina. So that is an option. Remember, there's always different things out there, and you can test it out. I like to do is run 2 air on the body, and my head I go for blood spawn just because it looks cool. You know, but once again, that's up to you on what you want to run. So that completes my build. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you guys around. Thanks.